Hello everyone, it's Cherie and welcome to my NaNoWriMo 2020 Week 1 update. So this year, like last year, I am writing a screenplay. My goal is 100 pages, and that means I need to do 3.5 to 4 pages every day to meet that goal. I did my Preptober last month where I watched a bunch of horror films, because this is a supernatural horror script. And unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of the written prep stuff done, and that's mainly because I'm taking 2 online classes and working full-time, and then I was watching the movies, so I just didn't have a lot of time. But I've been prepping this one for a while. I've been thinking about this story idea for a couple of years, and I already had a bunch of things outlined. So I brought my work with me today. Today is November 2nd. And I'm just going to work on that during my breaks. Yesterday I did get 4 pages written. I did 1.5 pages this morning, and when I get home I'll try for another 1.5 pages. So far so good. I'm very excited about the concept, and I will tell you a little more about that in just a minute. Hello, it's me from the future. I've got my logline here. The logline is the 1-sentence summary of what the story is about. And this has been changing, they do fluctuate. But as of right now, this is the logline for Highway 17. After a near-fatal crash on the infamous Highway 17, an injured Chinese computer engineer battles the ghosts inhabiting the cursed mountain. That's a very simple version. There is a template in Save the Cat that has a more developed, bigger version. And that one, you have to fill in the blanks. If you've been watching my videos before, you know I love the book Beat by Beat, and that is something that I have used. I used it for Dumpster Donna last year, and I have it for Highway 17. Since I am trying to do a 100-page script, I would end on beat 100. And these are like beats that for every single page you write. All right, day 3, election day. I got up early to work on my script, but I ended up making little changes to the first few pages from day 1. So I didn't get much done. I still have 3 more pages to write tonight when I get home in order to be up to page 10, which would be on track with me getting this 100-page screenplay complete. So right now I have established the main character, Ming. She is a talented computer programmer from the Silicon Valley. She's a problem solver, and she's really more modern and of this area than her parents would like her to be. So there's a little, a little conflict between her and her parents and what they expect of her versus what she expects of life. And so we've set up that she and her team have just had a successful presentation thanks to her, and so now they're going to go celebrate over in Santa Cruz. So they have to take the hill, Highway 17, over to Santa Cruz. And now I'm setting up Bruce, who is a beach bum, whose mother tells him he has to go over the hill to pick up something for her in Silicon Valley. It's kind of like a MacGuffin. It's not super important, although maybe I could make it important. I don't know what it is right now. But so he has to go over the hill, and he grabs 2 of his friends. And that's the scene that I'm up to. Day 4. I'm kind of fighting with the sun now to make sure I don't get any camera shadow on me while I'm talking. I ended the morning at the top of page 12. I really need to be by the bottom of page 13, or really hopefully somewhere on page 14. by the end of the night. So I've got the two groups, each traveling over the hill, Highway 17. And this is the exposition dump, basically. But the shots are going to be, of the winding turns and the woodsy area and the high altitude. So setting up everything for Act 2. And each of the cars has dialogue going on about the Highway 17 curse. And this is a true thing. There is like the curse of Highway 17. So you've got, coming from Santa Cruz, you've got Bruce, the beach bum, with his girlfriend, Yesenia, who's studying to be an oenologist at UC Santa Cruz, and Bruce's best friend, Koa, who teaches ukulele on the beach at Santa Cruz. And they're all traveling over in a VW Beetle. And then from the San Jose side, you have the four people who work together at the computer firm. Ming, the computer programmer who, fixed the bug earlier in the opening scene. You've got Hannah, who's driving her Tesla with them all in it. She's the QA manager. You've got Abeyo, who is the Nigerian project manager, and then you've got Taj, the Indian computer programmer. So, and I need to have them talk about also how they love being in California, especially this part, because, there's like no racism. Everyone can work together. It's the true melting pot. Need to remember to put that in. And then I also need to reference the fact that there's a place on the hill where there's not good reception for their cell phones, because that will be a setup for Act 2 as well. And, I know that this used to be true. I don't know if it's true anymore. I've taken the Highway 17 Express bus over, and it's got Wi-Fi, and I've never had any issues on the whole trip. So, not saying I'm hoping there's a place where people can't get reception, but it would help. Day 5. So last night I did finish the 2 pages I had due, but it took me a long time, and it's because I've been thinking about things at work and while I'm walking, and then I have to go back and insert things and change things around a little. So it's not just putting things straight on the page. This morning I did another page. I think I'm starting page 15 now. I still need to write 2 more pages tonight to be on track. I'm looking forward to the weekend so I can just get more pages in, because it's a lot easier to write like 5 pages on a Saturday than it is doing like these 3 pages during the week. But it's going well. I finished setting up Highway 17, and Bruce tells his girlfriend and best friend that his dad actually had perished in an accident on Highway 17. They had an accident that killed his father. His mom was going into labor. They were on the way to the hospital. So Bruce was born on Highway 17 in front of the Cat's Roadhouse, or the Cat's Tavern restaurant, whatever. It's been called various things throughout the years. And so they passed the Cats, and I have shots, establishing shots of both cars from both sides of the hill passing the Cat's restaurant, because that's where most of the action happens in Act 2. I also establish On Wo, the ghost-like figure, the Chinese man with the red scarf around his neck, and he sees both cars pass each other on the summit, but his eyes follow the VW Beetle with Bruce in it. Day 6, and we still don't know who the U.S. president's going to be. So this morning I finished at the top of page 21. So tomorrow I have to finish at the bottom of page 25 to stay on track. You know what? I guess I'm thinking in terms of 4 weeks, but we actually have 4 weeks and 2 days this month. But still, I would like to get, 25, then 50, then 75, then 100, with the couple of extra days to spare, just in case. So I'm going to make it my goal to get to page 25 by the end of the day tomorrow. And right now I'm getting into that little area where things aren't going exactly according to my beat sheet. Things like, so on a page there's supposed to be like a threat, and then the next page the counter attack, and then like the stakes rise, stuff like that. But like I'd put in there, like Ming gets a phone call from her mom and who wants her to do this, and then for the next page, but then she says this, and the next page, but then this happens, and it's all like with the phone call. You're not going to have a 3-page phone call. You shouldn't. So that's where, when I do these beat sheets, I got to be a little more cognizant of how much time certain things take when you're writing them for the script page. There's also an issue where I've been kind of changing stuff around. Like I didn't reread my whole beat sheet before I started writing, and so I had put in this new idea a couple days ago where Bruce says that he, even though his mom's scared of driving over Highway 17, he's not scared because he feels like his father's spirit is there, and it brings him peace. And then I was reading my beat sheet today, and I have a line where Bruce goes, "I hate the hill and everything it stands for." So, gotta fix those things too. And I've only done the beats up to page 50. And I think I did this last year too with Dumpster Donna. Like I hadn't finished writing out all the beats. So today at lunch I'm going to be working on the beat by beat book because I still haven't finished that. And I got to work on that. Like next year I want to make sure my Preptober has the complete beat sheet finished. So where I am in the story right now is both sides, the Silicon Valley side and the Santa Cruz side, have done their excursions at the other sides of the hill, and now they're both on their ways back over the hill. The fog has started to roll in. Anyone who's driven the hill, they know about the fog and the twists and the turns, and it's not super enjoyable to drive it. Like the people that have to commute every day, I'm sure they do not get excited. They don't wake up in the morning and go, yeah, I get to drive over 17 today. But when I go, I take the bus, the Highway 17 Express. I do find it very relaxing. It's a beautiful drive. I mean, it's just forested areas and stuff. But it can get kind of scary. There was one night my friend was driving me over, and all the fog had rolled in and you couldn't hardly see in front of you at all. The other thing I'm going to change around, as it's written now, the crash happens on page 30. But if I'm aiming for like a 100-minute script, that really should happen around page 25. So I'm on point to do that now. I cut that whole conversation out between Ming and her mom, and I just kind of put something at the beginning that takes care of all that like exposition, backstory, character stuff. So now I can just get straight into the setup for the crash. All right, day 7, and we know who the new president's going to be. I did finish all my pages up to page 25, so that was a success. And gonna wake up tomorrow and start writing again. Thank you for joining me for this video. I'll see you in the next one.